guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are determining once and for all whether or not this bike is going to go any faster as it is, or if I have to upgrade parts to make it go faster. You guys have been offering a ton of helpful insight, and so I actually do have a programming cord here that we're going to try out. If I can't find any kind of a limiter, I'm going to look more into it, and if I can't find anything stock on the wiring harness that's making it go slower, we are going to dive into programming it and seeing if it's software limited, and so that's the plan for today. Let's get to it. Some of you guys too have been wondering the top speed, and so I'm going to show you guys without load on the rear wheel, it is on the center stand, what this bike can do, how fast it'll go. First of all, we're going to try it in drive mode, that's D. So it does have 4 gears, it has reverse, then park, and then drive, then sport. So we're gonna try it in D mode first. This is drive mode. It is a little bit slower than sport mode. So let's give it a go. All right, so that is D mode. Let's put it in sport mode. This is S mode. All right, so let's put it in D mode one more time for you guys. And here we go. So as you can see, it did max out at 60 kilometers per hour. This speedometer does measure it in kilometers per hour, so 60 kilometers per hour. So now let's put it in sport mode and let's try it again. Alrighty, and as you can see, sport mode does max out at 70 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 40 miles per hour. So the seller did tell me that it was going to go 100 kilometers per hour. So either this is falsely advertised or there is a limiter and this bike actually does go 100 kilometers per hour. And if you can see, I'm gonna go full throttle. It still is in sport mode. I'm gonna go full throttle one more time. And just watch the RPM or whatever you call that in an electric vehicle. I don't know what that is, but you can see it actually doesn't max out. It stops right past the yellow line, so watch. So that's max right there. And so you can see there is a ways to go yet, at least in the software on the tachometer here. So. Also, I do want to say that some of you guys told me that if you turn the throttle all the way, pull the brake, then turn the key on, hold it for 7 seconds just like that, it turns the limiter off and then you can let go. Same story to turn the limiter back on, full throttle, pull in front brake, and then turn the key on, wait 7 seconds, and then it'll turn it back on. I tried that, tried it as many combinations as I could with both brakes, that kind of stuff. Didn't work, unfortunately. It does reset the kilometers on the clock though, so it clearly has some kind of software that would work in a different model bike. So it must be something with the controller. There must be either a wire limiting it, we're gonna dig into that today, or it's going to be some issue with the controller in the software limiting it. So that's what we're digging into today. And let's just get to this. I need to take the bike all the way apart, and I know it's kind of annoying to watch an entire disassembly process. So let me just help you out. I'm just gonna erase it really quick and we'll just get right down to work here. So I'm trying to find a wire for the limiter. Somebody told me that it was pin number 10 on this connector here. So I'm gonna find number 10 and disconnect that, see if it actually works. If not, I'm gonna have to program this bad boy. Somebody has been messaging me and he has the software and everything I would need to program this thing. I do have the programming cable for it. So I just need to connect it if I can't find a limiter wire, and we'll go from there. Many of you may know this is my second time searching for a limiter wire in this bike. I didn't find one the first time and I didn't find one this time either. So I'm actually setting up right now to program the controller, and a subscriber actually is just about to jump on a video chat with me to help me figure it out. Hey, how's it going, bro? How you doing? Okay, yeah, cool. And then I just have it connected to the computer, and I do have the software pulled up as well. And I do just want to give a huge shout out to you know who you are. Thank you so much. It was 2 a.m. his time, so that's no joke, and I appreciate it so much. Alright, day 2, trying to troubleshoot this controller. Just because I can't get into the controller, I don't really know what components are on the bike. If it did connect, I would know exactly what kind of battery, what kind of motor are on the bike, but I can't tell at this point for unknown reasons. Alright guys, so this is where I am at. I was just on a video call with a subscriber, and he was running me through how I should connect everything, how everything should work. So we went through a long series of troubleshooting, trying to get this thing connected to the controller so I could program it. Here's the connector right here. So this is a CAN bus decoder right here. So here's the controller here. It is a Votol EM100 controller. We did take the case off of it just so we could see the cables, and we were doing some stuff in there. I also messed around a lot with this CAN bus decoder. This is what it looks like, and those are the programming wires right there. So that's that. I was plugging it in. I was doing the whole sequence, starting the bike up, plugging it in, then opening the software. I'll kind of show you. We've done so much work trying to figure this out. It's been literally 2 days trying to get this thing connected to the computer. So here's the software here. I open it up, and this is what I see. This is the software to program the controller and see what is going on in the bike. So if I push open and then I push connect and go through the whole sequence, it gives me this error message. It says communication abnormal, no response. And so basically it can't connect to the controller. And again, I've tried for 2 days every variation of everything I could try to get this thing connected. By all rights, it should work. I installed all the proper drivers for everything. I did everything that I could, and it's still not connecting. And honestly, I have much better things to do with my time. I can't spend 2 whole days trying to get this done. So as much as I don't want to believe that it is the wrong bike that they sent me, I mean, the bottom line is I'm not getting half the performance that I was promised right out of the box. So as much as I don't want to believe that it's the wrong bike, I mean, it's all pointing towards it being the wrong bike. And since out of the box I'm getting less than half of the specs I should have been getting for the price I paid, this is the wrong bike. I shouldn't have to be going through all of these steps. Even if this bike is capable of doing the specs that they promised me, the whole thing is it doesn't do it. It kind of just boils down to you shouldn't have to get specialized tools. You shouldn't have to program the bike yourself straight out of the box to get those specs. It should come as you paid for it. If I was promised 100 kilometers per hour, I should be getting 100 kilometers per hour. That's just the bottom line. Another funny thing too is the seller, he randomly messaged me and said, hey, saw your videos, smiley face, great, whatever. I just asked him, I said, hey, can you just be straight with me? Like, is there something I need to know? Is there a limiter? Is there something that I need to know? No, he didn't respond. And so he kind of just ghosted me after that. Which is too bad for him, because if I was the manufacturer and somebody bought my product and had a big YouTube series on it, I'd probably be pretty quick to answer. But he's not. He kind of just ghosted me. Every time I'd ask him specifically, is there something I need to know about this bike? If there's a limiter, why I'm not getting the specs that I bought, he just ghosts me. He doesn't even respond. The bottom line is he's gonna do the same thing to you. So if you're considering buying one of these bikes, you have to remember that this seller, especially the one I bought from, he's gonna do the exact same thing to you. And this is how it ended up for me. I'm not even getting half the specs that he promised. So that's the bottom line. I'm probably just gonna try to get as much back as possible. This whole thing has been a headache. He's not been straight with me. he, disappears randomly when I need him. And so that's just the bottom line. I'm still gonna try to troubleshoot this. I may take it to a local shop that deals with electric bikes. I'm not sure. I probably will, just to see what they think of it and if it's able to do the specs that it was promised to be doing. So yeah. Another interesting tidbit is the seller keeps telling me that it's gonna have 5,000 watts stamped on the motor. They always do that, according to him. I can't find anything. I've searched every square inch of this entire wheel. There's no actual rating. There is a model number right there, but the weird thing is there's no information. I searched that model number, I searched that number, I searched everything. There's zero information. I cannot even find this hub motor. Apparently, according to subscribers and all you guys commenting, it was sold mostly in only 3,000 watt and under. So that's where we're at. Nothing lines up. What he says is never the actual case. He tells me one thing, I look, and it's not actually how he says it is. So still trying to troubleshoot. I will be contacting the seller again, repeatedly, letting him know that I'm very not happy and that I'm gonna be needing something in return. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been beneficial for you. I hope you guys are enjoying the series on this Chinese electric sport bike and seeing how much of a pain it really is for me. So, all right, guys, till next time, I'll catch you in the next video.